Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick tip. And my tip today is about accenting dotted paper. Now, we've got plenty of different patterns of DSP, and many of them do come with some sort of kind of spot. I'm actually going for this one here because it's a very subtle one. But you could do this with any sort of spotted pattern, and I just thought I would show my thinking again behind this. I'm going to put a sentiment on this top panel. I've chosen 3 different patterns to go on the front of this card, and like I say, I've got the very subtle spotted one here, and that's the one that I'm going to accent with these solid faceted gems. This one has got enough variety of colour in it that it's interesting on its own. This one is a little bit more subtle, but we're going to have the sentiment over it. So I'm going to add the gems to this one to make it a little bit more interesting. And I'm just going to show as well a quick tip here. These are sort of designed to be, what are they, 1.5 inches by the sort of card front layer, as it were. And what I do is I place the 2 outer ones first. So I've actually got a little bit more of a border at the top because these don't actually go entirely evenly. So I'm just making it a little bit more of a border top and bottom. It's to keep the numbers easier rather than having to deal with 1/16 of an inch. Going for 1.5 inches makes the maths much easier, but doesn't quite fit exactly as I want it. So, but by placing these 2 end panels first, then this middle panel just needs to go in between the 2. So I just thought I'd share that while I'm at this. So like I say, just getting it all, make sure all the edges are even and that it's evenly placed between the 2. Just nudge that over a fraction. And there we are, we've got those quite nicely lined up and even. So I've got my sentiment that's going to go up here, and we've got these solid faceted gems, and we've got Balmy Blue and we've got Pool Party, and I could get away with either, but I'm actually going to use the Balmy Blue because it's the Balmy Blue that I'm using in this pattern. And all I'm going to do is find some spots. And these larger ones are really ideal because they, let me think, kind of like to do my outer ones first and then come in. But the gems are about the same size as these spots, which is absolutely ideal. Now, like I say, I'm going to use these tone on tone. But you could go for a spot of colour. You could have added another colour to this. Maybe done the sentiment in the Melon Mambo and added the Melon Mambo to this. So that's another option. So finding the dots within your pattern, that one went flying, and then adding, and I might add, now I think I'm going to leave it at that. I like to use an odd number of gems. Always like to use an odd number of gems, and the problem that I've got is that I'm running out of my Balmy Blue ones, so I would have to go with a different size, and I think that would be a little too obvious. So I'm going to just leave it at 3. If you've got a whole card front of spots, then you could really go to town and add lots of gems to highlight the pattern. If you're doing that, then I would probably recommend for going something like pearls or rhinestones, where you've got so many more that are identical. So there we have my tip for today about using gems to accent a spotted design. I'm going to be coming back to some other designs and how to accent different patterns over the next few weeks or so. But that's our first one, the spotted one. And like I say, these solid faceted gems are just the right size for the spots in these papers. And these papers are the Celebration ones that are free with a £90 purchase. So a little bit more, but you get 48 sheets of 12 by 12, which is a lot of paper. So please do subscribe to my channel below to see a quick tip like this every Friday and a quick card on a Monday. Thanks for stopping by.